And we welcome you to this edition of Bible Baptist Bible Trivia Night. And of course, we're not having our regular Wednesday evening classes this week with the connection classes. So we thought we'd try something a little bit different to keep you engaged at home. Usually with our teenagers on Wednesday night, we do something like this. We play some games together. And so I thought we'd bring these right into your living room and you can play with your family. Now, here's kind of the way this is going to work. We have about a 30-second delay or somewhere around there for between the time that it's broadcast from here and then it arrives to you. So in order to make up the difference from that, I am going to be posting all of the questions in the comments below. So when you see that question come up, I'm going to start reading it out loud, and as soon as you have the answer, you're going to want to chime in. The person with the first answer and the quickest fingers is the winner for each of those rounds. So let's go ahead and begin. Our first question, I'm just going to go ahead and get that loaded up right here. Question number 1 is, what appeared as a sign after the great flood? So this is the Genesis flood, and you'll remember that Noah built the ark. What appeared as a sign after the great flood? And that is right, Jeremy, the rainbow. And Jeremy with the first answer there. Very good. If you're just now joining us, be sure to tell us where you're joining us from. And just a reminder that we'll be posting the questions right in the comment section below. So be watching those. And the first person with the answer is the winner. The next question is, if we follow Christ's teachings, how many times do we have to forgive our neighbors? If we follow Christ's teachings, how many times do we have to forgive our neighbors? And we're waiting for an answer here. 70 times 7. That's right, Ellen. Good job. 70 times 7. And Ellen was the first with the answer on that one. Okay, so question number 3. Question number 3. What is the 8th commandment? What is the 8th commandment? See if you can do this one without Googling it. You have to go through the list. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. What is the 8th commandment? And we're waiting. Oh, I see. Ellen said 70 times 70. Her answer is incorrect. So the first answer that shows up for the previous question on my phone, the first answer that shows up is Leanne Britton with 70 times 7. So that's Leanne is the winner of that one. So thank you for being honest with that, Ellen. And let's go back. We're currently on the question, what is the 8th commandment? And the 8th commandment still has not been mentioned yet. Still has not been mentioned. So we're waiting for the 8th commandment. There we go, Ginger with the answer, thou shalt not steal. Good job, Ginger. Thou shalt not steal. So she is our winner there. Okay, the fourth question is, how many times did Moses tap the rock to bring forth water? How many times did Moses tap the rock to bring forth water? First person with the answer is the winner. And Josh is correct with that. It was twice. It was only supposed to be once, but he did it twice. And so 2 times, Josh gets the correct answer there. All right, so our next one is number 5. Where was the body of Jesus placed? Where was the body of Jesus placed? And bonus points if you can remember the name of the man who owned this place. So, where was the body of Jesus placed? Bonus points if you know the name of the man. That's correct. Jeremy with the answer there. It was, okay, Antonella, good job with the borrowed tomb, but it was the tomb of Joseph of Arimathea. So, of course, Jeremy put Joseph's room, so at least he got that corrected. He was in Joseph's room. No, he was placed in the tomb of Joseph of Arimathea. So, question number 6. Question number 6 is going to be, to what country did Jacob and his 12 sons move because of the famine? To what country did Jacob and his 12 sons move because of the famine? Questions in the comments? And I'm looking for the correct answer here. To what country did Jacob and his 12 sons move because of the famine? Good job, Josh. Egypt. Josh was pretty quick. He's the person to beat. He's gotten 2 questions correct this far. So let's look at question number 7. Question number 7. Where did Jesus tell Peter that he would find some money to pay the taxes? Where did Jesus tell Peter that he would find some money to pay the taxes? First person with the answer is the winner. Okay, and Josh with his 3rd question correct. Good job there. The fish's mouth. He must have the fastest internet speed, I think. So we need to know who his service provider is. And then we have Ellen coming in and Leanne and then Jeremy with the next one. But all of those are correct. That's correct. It was in the fish's mouth, and that was for the temple tax, you'll remember in the Gospels. All right, question number 8. Question number 8. What is the name of the parable about a rebellious son who repents and returns? What is the name of the parable about a rebellious son who repents and returns? Luke chapter number 15, I think. Or is it 14? It's 15.
Look at these answers.
All right, and the correct answer is Josh again with the prodigal son. And closely followed by Jeremy, Antonella, and Elena. Those are all correct answers. It is the prodigal son. So Josh is the guy to beat. So who was Moses' brother who acted as his mouthpiece? Number 9, who was Moses' brother who acted as his mouthpiece?
This one's a piece of cake. There it goes. Oh boy, it's Josh again.
All right, Josh again with Aaron. That is correct. Joseph's brother who acted as his mouthpiece is Aaron. And he spelled it correctly. Good job there. 2 A's. Aaron. So, number 10. Which of Christ's apostles was a tax collector? Which of Christ's apostles was a tax collector? Question number 10. Which of Christ's apostles was a tax collector?
Somebody beat Josh.
Everybody's still answering Aaron on my phone. I don't know about yours.
I have Ellen with Matthew.
Josh with Matthew, that is correct. The answer is Matthew. And I think Josh Goodwin just tagged someone accidentally. And so, and then Leanne with Matthew, Jeremy with Mark. So, but yes, the correct answer is Matthew. The correct answer is Matthew. So.
I'm getting some of these before you are. We'll read them to you. I don't have to be on the thing.
Give me just a second. I have to load the video again. I got kicked out. So there we go. All right. So let's see. Here's what we got. Next one is, who saw the first rainbow? Who saw the first rainbow? Who saw the first rainbow? The question is number 11. Who saw the first rainbow? Noah, good job. Antonella's the first one on my phone. And Amanda with Nia. So it's funny when you're trying to type fast, the typos that can come out of that. So very good. All right, let's look at this then. Number 12. How many years did the children of Israel wander in the wilderness? Number 12. How many years did the children of Israel wander in the wilderness? Mandy with 40, so that is correct, and Mandy's first on my phone. Next is number 13. Question number 13. How was John the Baptist killed? Question number 13. How was John the Baptist killed? If you're just now joining us as well, be sure to comment in the section below where you're watching from. I think we have some people who are watching from all across the country, all across the area, all across the state. We'd love to hear a little bit more about you and where you're from and how you're connecting with us. So we'd love to see you engage there in the comments below. But then the questions have about a 30-second delay from the time I read them here and the time that they come up. So you're going to want to watch closely in the comments so that you can answer those questions. So the question that we're on right now is, how was John the Baptist killed? And Mandy Tudino is the first to answer, beheaded. And then Elena, right after that, Leanne, Josh, and then Ellen, Jennifer Tanner, and so on. But they all got that correct. Beheaded is the correct answer. He had his head chopped off. And number 14. The question is, what happened to the first commandments Moses brought down? What happened to the first commandments that Moses brought down? Okay, so we've got Antonella's watching from right here in the building, but she is socially distancing herself because she's 2 rooms away. And so good for her. And then Brother Hayden and I are socially distancing ourselves as well. He is probably about 50 feet away, I guess.
Distance.
And so we're spread out nice and far. Let's see, who else do we got here? I notice Travis Lane is joining us, Pastor Travis Lane from Astatula Baptist Church in Astatula, Florida. Got Jeff Andrews joining us, who helped us set up our live stream equipment, by the way. Thanks, Brother Andrews. And let's see who else we got here with their locations. All right. Now let me look back and see who has the correct answer for this question. What happened to the first commandments Moses brought down? And Josh, again, with the first answer on my phone, he broke it. And then Leanne, followed by Brandon, and then Ginger with, he threw it on the ground. Well, actually, it's Sierra who's using Ginger's account. So Sierra says that he threw it on the ground. So good job, Sierra. And she's obviously been paying attention in her Bible class at school, and we're proud of you. Okay, number 15. Which of the 4 Gospels begins with a J? Number 14. Which of the 4 Gospels begins with a J? The 4 Gospels, first 4 books of the New Testament. That is correct. Mandy Tudino with John. And we got Elaine watching from Fort Pierce. Okay, good. And then Josh with John, Leanne with John, Jennifer with John. So that's the order they showed up on my phone. Good job, Mandy. And which of the 4 Gospels begins with a J? And that should have ended with a question mark instead of a period for all of you grammar Nazis out there. Thank you for your grace and forgiveness there. Just copying and pasting these. So next one is number 16. Why did the sailors throw Jonah overboard? Number 16. Why did the sailors throw Jonah overboard? Why did the sailors throw Jonah overboard? People are still answering the previous question. We're just getting caught up here.
Ooh, these are good. These are interesting answers. I like
Okay,
this.
so why did the sailors throw Jonah overboard? Josh says calm seas, kind of the opposite. And then Antonella says they cast lots. They did start with that, but they kind of landed on Jonah. But Ellen with the correct answer, to stop the storm. To stop the storm. Oh, I see. Josh is using the word calm as a verb instead of an adjective. Tricky.
Look at that.
Okay,
Smart guy.
so good job, Josh. So I guess Josh has the correct answer there.
There he
And
is.
then Ellen has the correct answer. Leanne has the correct answer. Elena with the correct answer. And good. All right. So you guys are doing a good job with your Bible knowledge. You all get a pat on the head. Okay. Number 17. Number 17 is our next question. And number 17 is going to be, on what day of the week was Christ's body placed in the tomb? On what day of the week was Christ's body placed in the tomb?
That's a good one. That's a
Okay.
really good question.
If you know this, then you know more than any of my Bible college professors.
500.
Because we'll see what everybody says, and then we can all argue about it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Okay, we got Thursday, we got Friday.
The 7th. Interesting.
Mandy says no touching. I'd have to look back and find out where that came from there.
Corona.
Oh, for the pat on the head. I gotcha. We're supposed to socially distance ourselves. Anyway, some people say Friday.
Virtual pat.
Okay, so the traditional answer to this question is Friday, and that's what I have in these notes, but I actually disagree with that personally, and I know some other people who do. So I actually, if you thought Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, then you might get recognition of some kind.
Yes.
But remember, 3 days and 3 nights, and he arose on the first day. So by the morning of the first day, which is Sunday, he was out of the tomb. So however you want to calculate that and argue about tradition
Therefore, he
and
was
counting time,
placed in the
whatever,
tomb.
you're welcome.
He was.
So that one's a lot of fun. All right, number 18. Number 18. What priesthood did John the Baptist hold? What priesthood did John the Baptist hold? Or the priesthood of his father, actually, if you want to think about it that way.
Making them think. Making them think.
What priesthood did John the Baptist hold? Or the priesthood of his father? Okay. Jeremy with the first answer on this, Aaronic. But I will say that we did these on a Wednesday night once, and I think he remembered that one because I think he might have gotten it wrong before. Jeremy, you can chime in if I got that right. But it's the Aaronic priesthood would be the correct answer for that, because remember that John's dad was doing the work of the priesthood when the angel announced to him that John was going to be born. Okay, number 19. Number 19, who was the king that loved Daniel? Who was the king that loved Daniel? Comment below. Who was the king that loved Daniel? And a shout out to my friends Damon and Kason there. They say hello,
Hey.
so we say hello back. And Josh with the correct answer, Darius is correct. He was the
Nebuchadnezzar.
king that loved Daniel.
Darius is correct.
Darius was the king that loved Daniel. Nebuchadnezzar, Leanne, is who I guessed in youth group, and I got it wrong. I needed to think about that. So anyway, Darius or Darius, however you want to pronounce that. All right, number 20. Number 20, Jesus said, I am the blank and the life of the world. I am the blank and the life of the world. Jesus said, I am the blank and the life of the world.
We're working on the words.
Fill in the blank. That is incorrect.
Ooh.
That is incorrect. I am the blank and the life of the world.
How many letters? How many letters?
Light is correct. Mandy
there it
with
is.
light there, but she already answered. So let's see if somebody else comes in. And then Josh had already answered as well. So
How many letters are in that word? You can guess it. How many letters?
truth is incorrect. Looks like we got an angry face floating out there
Oh,
in
dear.
cyberspace. Let's see if somebody other than Mandy and Josh can get it right. I was thinking with the lag that somebody would chime in. Elaine, that is incorrect. So
How many questions are there? That's a good question.
we are filling 5 more minutes. So ever how many we fit in during that time. Sierra is correct. Light. And so since Mandy and Josh had already answered incorrectly, Sierra came back in with the correct answer. She said light. Good job there. All right, number 21. I have 70 altogether, but we won't get through all of those. We're just going to go for the next 5 minutes. So how did the Lord cleanse the earth from wickedness? Number 21. How did the Lord cleanse the earth from wickedness? He's only done this one time,
Holy water.
and we're speaking past tense. So how in the past did God cleanse the earth from wickedness? That is correct, a flood, Mandy, and then Leanne, 70. Oh, 70 questions, I gotcha. Earthquake, no, it was a flood, it was a flood. God cleansed the earth from wickedness with a flood, and in the future he'll do it by fire. So a flood in Genesis chapter number 6. Then, number 22, which of the apostles once walked on water? Number 22, which of the apostles once walked on water? Good job watching those comments below. Chime in as quickly as you can. First person with the correct answer, as it shows up on my phone, is the winner. Which of the apostles once walked on water? Peter Antonello with the correct answer, all the way from 2 rooms away.
That's
but
my
she
wife.
does have the door closed, and she's all the way down the hallway, so she's still on the same timetable as everybody else. But then Jennifer, Mandy, Ginger, Josh, and Gus. Good to see you, Gus, coming in with the correct answer. And Elaine. Peter is the correct answer. Okay, next. What part of the Bible was written before the birth of Jesus Christ? What part of the Bible was written before the birth of Jesus Christ?
Now that's a good question.
What part of the Bible was written before the birth of Jesus Christ? That's correct. I have Leanne first with Old Testament. And then Josh with Old Testament, Ginger with Old Testament, Brandon with Old Testament, Samuel Rourke with Old Testament, and then Antonella with Old Testament, Timmy with Old Testament. So that's the order they appear on my phone. Next is the earth was created in how many days? The earth was created in how many days?
It's a good question right here. It's a really good question. Let's see the answers.
All right. So I have Leanne there with 7, Jennifer with 7. That is incorrect. That's correct, but Josh, you already answered. Okay. So that's correct. Ginger is correct. The first one correct without correcting herself is Ginger with 6, and then Gus with 6, and Elena with 6. 6 literal days. 6 literal days. He rested on the 7th day. God created the world in 6 days and rested on the 7th. And so 6 days is the correct answer
It
there.
was
Okay,
not
one
a trick
final
question.
I think, this evening. One final question. And the final question for tonight is question number 25. How many people passed by the attacked man in the parable of the Good Samaritan without helping him? How many people passed by the attacked man in the parable of the Good Samaritan without helping him? And the answer is 2. I have Leanne with 2, Josh with 2, Jennifer with 2, and Kason said 3. I'm sorry, buddy. Very close, very close. And Elena said 2. Okay, I said that was the last one. We'll do one more. One more as a bonus round.
There you go.
I think we've
Bonus
got
round.
enough time to do
500
that.
points for this
And
question.
everybody's having a great time. So, number 26, the next one is, who was the prophet leader of the Old Testament city that was lifted into heaven? So, actually, who was the prophet leader that was lifted into heaven? He was a leader of an Old Testament city, and he was a prophet that was lifted into heaven. The way the question is worded is a little strange, so watch out for that. Who was the prophet who was lifted into heaven, who was a leader of an Old Testament city? And I can't modify the question on my phone, so you're just going to have to get what we have here. Josh is correct. It's Enoch. Enoch. And that's kind of a tricky one because of the way it's worded. So I apologize. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. That one's worded poorly, so we have to do another one, okay?
I vote for another one.
So number 27 is, what was Christ doing when he said, "Make not my Father's house a house of merchandise"? What was Christ doing when he said, "To not make my Father's house a house of merchandise"?
All right, Bible scholars, answer away.
What was Christ doing when he said, that's right, he was throwing out the merchants? And I have Josh answering first. Destroying the temple, Ginger says. Cleansing the temple, Gus. Kicking the merchants out of the temple, Leanne. And Brandon, flipping tables. So, yes, those are all good answers. Connie says, clearing the temple. Very good. So, all great answers. Great job. You all are fantastic Bible scholars. So I want to encourage you to tune back in or log back on next Wednesday night, 6 o'clock p.m., same time, same place. We're going to do the same thing over again, and we'll look forward to seeing you there. Thank you and good night.